has anybody seen a one picture or one graph or something that shows from start to finish at each stage what's required, what form is used throughout the whole closing? So say listing, and you got to do marketing, you got to sign NDA, you got to do this. Each step has got its own action list with forms and whatever needs to be done. Have you seen anything pictorial that shows a nice table or graph to say step one, closing, 7 steps, 5 steps in each step? This is what's required, and here's a form that needs to be filled out and agreed upon with a seller or buyer. Have you seen anything like that?
Not with the forms, because you have to understand that other than the California Association of Business Brokers, I don't know that any other business brokerage, I don't know what forms are available. So in Nevada, they use different forms than we do in California. In Texas, they use different forms. The forms may be called different things. There may be different because the requirements, well, Texas doesn't have any requirements because they're a non-licensed state. But in the licensed states, there's 17 licensed states, and so in those states, your Department of Real Estate, the laws or the statutes are going to dictate what is required and when it's required. And that's going to be different. So because business brokerage is different throughout the country, I've seen in general terms, a kind of a process flow. And I have a chart. I don't agree with it. I mean, there's certain things, because they actually have you list the business before you ever get the financials and determine the value of the business. Well, to me, that makes no sense. So I've seen some charts, but I've never seen one that was complete, because if you do a chart that's complete and includes all the forms and all of that, that's a process flow chart probably that is certainly not going to fit on a page. I mean, that's going to be a poster on a wall.
I agree. It's not making it too complex, but content-wise, not so much the form number or form name, more of a content-wise to know at this stage, you got to have a form for this purpose. So someone knows in Texas, California, New York may call it different, may have different number, but the content wants everybody to understand the physics of what has to be done. So they are aware and kind of have an intel to have a conversation with the buyer or seller.
Yeah.
And if we want to put a small team together, to create that processes, so to establish that, and everybody can use it. We just say each step, California uses this, for example. Please find out what's called in Texas or New York or in Michigan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can send you the chart that I have.
Yeah.
Can't recall where I got it from, but I'm happy to send that to you, and you can take a look at it. And like I said, I mean, there's some things in it that I think are a little bit backwards,
right?
But in general, it does show a lot of the steps of the process. So it would be maybe a good starting point, and then you may want to rearrange a few things.
Exactly.
But I'm happy to send that to you.
I appreciate that. Email that to me if you would.
Yeah.